Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. This is another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, and in the last episode we came to this really amazing new area that is completely underground. Oh, and it's daytime now. Oh, cool. So that, like, crystal thing lights up at, in the daytime so that it simulates the sun, I guess? This is really cool. This place is really, really neat. So this is, I guess, our first, like, questing area. So we are going to be checking it out, and I am going to talk to Kryle. Kryle appears lost in thought. We would do well to learn more of what, specifically, the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're game, Celeste, I have an idea. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about an escaped Marmot? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Ah! I'm capturing varmints. In the meantime, I will use my charms upon the Gleaners here. We could compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting. Okay, I've got a dog hair on my face, and it is bothering me. Okay, I actually took a break between this episode and last episode to grab some lunch, and then I was also petting the dog, so of course I'm covered in dog hair now, but what else is new? You wish to help me find the Marmots? I have nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. Totally welcome. Totally for the goodness of my heart. The name is Erenville, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Nagshian Marmots is a trial I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For a mercy, there are no other Marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them back in this sack. Gently, of course. Wait, is he a bunny boy? He's a bunny boy! Cool. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a Marmot, or you. Okay. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Thank you. Okay. I do have my carbuncle out. Let me summon my chocobo. And we will go and do this. I probably won't keep all of the combat sections of this on the video because, I mean, you don't need to see me capturing all these Marmots. I might do the first couple, but otherwise. Alright, let's see. What is that? Is this a torch? Huh. Why am I not using my mount? That is the question. Oh, found something. Oh no! Oh, there's another one. I'm not even gonna bother using Bahamut right now. Chirp squeak. Barely have you ready the sack when the grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbrush. That little butt face. Where is it? I guess it's going to be difficult. Oh, I should probably keep an eye out for aether currents, too. I just remembered I gotta start looking for those again. It's actually probably around here. Northeast. You know what? I'm gonna grab that, and then I'll grab the Marmot. Alright, the rodent nimbly... Oh my gosh! I still haven't caught the darn thing. Alright. Well, actually, it might be taking me to where the aether current was. Whoops. I guess I didn't have to do that first. No, wait, never mind. The ether current's a little further away. No, wait, actually, it is where the ether current was. Oh my god, I did that for no reason. Oh, well. Alright, you little butthead. Just get in the bag. More prepared this time, you succeed in closing the sack over your elusive quarry. Yay! How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. Yeah, I found them. Took me a while. Ah, there's the odd Marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Thankfully, the Marmots seem unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? Seems like a good question. Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. The same officials who have had us working day and night of late, the honorable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed, those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the Forum had planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Celeste. Is it the Gleaner you mentioned, the one who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway? I am Kyle of the students of Baldesion. The others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That's why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. No, you're fine. He gave us some information. That's good. Sort of. I mean, it's not like he told us anything we didn't already know. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? Although they were looking for food, which is new. So we confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We've also discovered when the operation was begun. The Forum contacted the Gleaners guild ship and put their people to this great work some 4 days after the Telophoroi made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity, thus I am inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but waiting the right time to put it into effect. The question is why? And the Telophoroi's declaration was what set it all in motion? It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there, we can reach the lower... Again? She's having a vision! Without us! Crowd, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it, then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to Archeon. We follow the path east, through the forest, where you were chasing after that mouse. Or Marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Okay. I still think she's having a vision. If either she's not remembering it, or maybe it's not a vision, per se? Behold, the Archeon. As Numenon serves as Charleon's literary archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture, too, is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archeon contains a physical history of Charleon's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Ooh, I'm getting close to level 81 already. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Greetings, we are here to peruse the Archeon's vaults. Peruse? You are clearly not Gleaners, then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Baldesion, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, the access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us, then. I suppose that we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? This service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. What, so this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time, it'll be too late, and we were getting so close to answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for the moment, shall we? Students of Baldesion. Okay. We are at an impasse. We have no other leads. I should like to pursue the... As we have no other leads, I should like to pursue this one further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. 'Tis likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Let's see. Got somebody over here. Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archeon, even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what we found. There is no record of such a creature anywhere, but it was wandering around Tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Squeal, squeal. Oddest little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archeon is open again. But what is it? I want to know. What's that? Take you down in the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a Gleaner fellow heading down to the gate there, though, shouldering a large pack, enraged in some manner of task. Engaged. Oh my god, I can't read. Maybe he'll be heading down soon below after he's done with whatever it is he's doing. Okay, maybe it's our friend from before. That would be nice. We've already helped him once. It is him. Quiet, you'll frighten it away. What are we looking at? Ah, it's you again. I didn't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloudkin I need to capture is very close. Very close. You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the Hornbill. Its feathers are green, and its cry is a distinctive caw! Single it out and shoot it with a sleeping dart. Okay. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie in wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. He said green with a distinctive caw! Okay. Oh, my destination's right here. It's one of those, look around and then shoot him with a dart type quests. Alright, green feathers... Whack, whack. Caw, caw. I mean, it's green. Is that considered a caw? Caw, caw. No, it's probably this one.
A fair shot.
Oh, he speaks.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up, and I'll make my way over to you.
The bunny boys are super cute. Not gonna lie.
There you are. Any new revelations?
Well, I helped my friend again.
So you met with that Gleaner again, this time to capture a Hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
That is a good point.
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a Gleaner's duties.
So they're basically zookeepers.
But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
What does that mean?
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum.
Why?
The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
Okay.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a Hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation.
Yeah, it seems like they're not telling them anything.
But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
Mericidia?
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species, too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
Huh.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we Gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
You are helping in other ways, my good friend.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion, then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I worry about that guy at the entrance because he's already a little bit suspicious of us, and I don't want to get this guy in trouble.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift.
Oh no, is one of us going to go in a box with a giant bird?
I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
Really?
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
Huh.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
I'm glad this guy is not suspicious of us, but the other guy
You're quite
sure
welcome.
is.
But consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Thank you for your help.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Okay. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by their researchers, do you think? Well, slavering beast aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps before we continue. Okay. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again on the other end. Alright, made it to the other end. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident, nothing of consequence at least, and as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Aaronville's assumption holds true that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in this area's research projects. Let us follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Aha, I know where we are. This is Marial Agronomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to Agora. Food so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no Gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. 'Tis possible they know of something of the Forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same, or cast about for useful clues. So, I've got something that sounds a little funny, but There is something that Labyrinthos reminds me of, and it is, if you've ever been to Disney World, Epcot in particular, they have a ride called Living with the Land, and basically you go through this giant, like, greenhouse that they have all sorts of different fruits and vegetables from around the world, and they're like basically turning them all into Mickey Mouse heads. It sounds a little dystopian, I know, but it kind of reminds me of this because it has like all of these really cool specimens and things that, and they're researching stuff to try and figure out how to like get things to grow in different places. It's very similar, and they even have, I think, fish there. I don't recall if they have animals. I believe they don't. But it reminds me of Living with the Land. This is Disney World, apparently. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors, not with the use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? I was granted access. The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're much hardier than your soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum has a filling orders list a mom's long. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling through old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising, given that it's native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modeled, a region in the south of Ilsabard. Ilsabard? I still don't know how to say that. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north always give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition into a hot and humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Corvos before the Imperials named it Locus Amoenus. That's where Graha's family is from, right? The forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments and cultivation. I like how everybody is just so willing to give us all this information. It is raining! It's raining in here! How are they doing that? Maybe, are there like little sprinklers up there? That's so cool! Do I have ought to be taken down below? More than I can carry, and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport, hence the stack of crates atop the hill over there. God's hauling them up that slope was a job and a half. Okay, investigate the stacked boxes. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. Bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports. What are those? Wait a minute, didn't I see those in the trailer?
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Cool.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
They're really pretty.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
Where'd they find them?
To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Everyone's so nice here. I like that they're just willing to help, even though they themselves are so busy right now. I kind of feel bad for all of them. Actually, I definitely feel bad for all of them.
Have you learned aught of interest?
Yeah, I learned about these cool flowers. Not very helpful, I know.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings. Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Archeon?
Who is that? Wait.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member, or at least a close associate?
And that would make sense, yes.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
This seems like something better suited for Thancred,
Nay.
unfortunately.
I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
It's going to make it a lot harder to hide if we're all there.
Cryer?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's up with her.
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
How is this going to work with all 5 of us? And does Kryl even know what we're doing? She wasn't paying attention.
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Who? I wonder who she's talking about. Huh. Is Kryl feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Those flowers are super cool. But I do feel like those are the same ones that we had in the trailer for Endwalker. I think Heidelin was talking to the main character about them. Interesting. However, I think this is where I am going to stop this episode. and hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know if you want these episodes to go a little longer, or if you want them to be a little shorter. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to work this, and I don't really know exactly how long they're going to be until I get to editing. But yeah, I'm trying to stick to like 45 minutes to an hour of recording time, and then, editing will probably drop it down a little bit more. But let me know if you'd like them to be longer or shorter in the comments below. If you like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And you can also follow me on social media and all that stuff down below. And I will see you next time. Bye!